Italy is one of those places that everyone wants to visit. It's memorable by train or on foot, but we wanted to see Italy in a different way, and nothing can compare to the experience on the back of a motorcycle.
And when I was planning this trip, there were so many internet reviews I didn't know what to trust. So here's a quick look at what we did.
Touching down in Bologna, I couldn't wait to hit the road. Matt had arranged for us to pick up 2 of the new Scramblers from Ducati's Borgo Panigale factory.
We were lucky enough to be in a position where we could actually choose what bike we wanted for this trip.
I've had my open licence for a while, but over the past few years I've tended to jump on the back for our longer trips. I didn't want to do that this time, but I was conscious that I'd be riding in a strange country on the other side of the road. So I wanted a bike that would give me confidence as well as letting me have a great time, and a bike that looked good.
I had my eye on the Scrambler for quite a while, and I thought it'd be perfect. When I was considering what bike to choose for this trip, it was basically the same process as if I was buying one. I went through all the stats, seat height, weight, power, and I thought it'd be comfortable for a few big days riding. It'd be safe for Kirsty, but it'd still be fun for me.
The one thing you don't do in Italy is just grab a bite to eat. It's an experience. It's one to be savoured and definitely not rushed. One of my favourite evenings saw us cruising around the country roads of Maranello, a home of Ferrari, to find a restaurant called Opera 2.
The specialty here is balsamic vinegar. And the really cool thing about the whole Emilia-Romagna region is that this is where so many of our everyday foods originate. I knew Kirsty would love it.
The food more than lived up to expectations. An Italian-style tartare made from local Chianina beef for starters, that was really good. Stuffed Parma ham and guinea fowl, and finally a decadent chocolate tart.
Well, the ride alone was worth the trip. The Scramblers are perfect for cruising on those narrow country roads.
And it was so much more beautiful on the bike. The green and gold of the fields, all those bright red poppies along the roadside, and this unbelievable smell of elderflowers filling the air. It was just like summertime.
That's a buttercup.
By far the highlight for me, both from a foodie perspective and in terms of an experience, was the Cilio cooking school in the Cinque Terre region.
Walking into the restaurant kitchen at Il Cilio where they gave their lessons, what looked like freshly picked herbs and veggies caught my eye straight away. It turned out it was all grown on site by Gianni, the husband of our head chef, Rosanna. We were the only students, and Rosanna and her team guided us through the most amazing Italian menu. Pungent homemade pesto, fresh local anchovies with a breadcrumb topping, swordfish with Ligurian sauce, a delicate pie made of fresh garden greens, herbs and milk thistle, which was really surprising. And then to cap it off, a fluffy tiramisu.
Well, where Cinque Terre is rugged with tiny villages, Milan has the feel of a big city, but the pace is still Italian and relaxed. You can enjoy a nice pastry, a little espresso, you ride down the canals and take in the atmosphere. It's a fun town.
Scrambler gets me back to what motorbikes are all about, having fun. In terms of style, I really love the retro look of them. My favourite design feature is the born-free petrol cap. For me, that really set the scene. While they look great, the Scrambler isn't an intimidating bike. It was nice and light, and it was versatile enough to handle anything. Steep, tight mountain roads, country roads, cities, freeways, even rolling downhill to the petrol station because we're having so much fun that someone forgot to fuel up.
But did I choose the right bike?
Yes, you did. The Scrambler was just a great confidence builder. I didn't have to ride perfectly. It's forgiving if you occasionally pick a gear that's a little bit too high, and you just have a great time. By the time we returned to the factory in Bologna, I was really sorry to hand over the keys.
Travelling by bike makes every destination so much more accessible and intense. You don't just see Italy, you hear it, you feel it, you smell it. The whole thing just rushes up at you through the front of your helmet.
It's not always comfortable, and I'm definitely packing an extra change of clothes, a hairdryer and some wet wipes for our next trip. But at the end of it, you feel like you've accomplished something, like you had an experience, rather than just taking the armchair tour. I went back to Australia feeling like I was ready for anything.
Well, if you want something that's a little bit different, a little bit random, you can do this yourself.
Get your bike licence.
That's it, get your bike licence first, and then check out Ducati Ride Experience. Or if you want to choose your own adventure, look up HP Motorrad. They operate out of Milan and Rome, plus a whole host of other places around Italy.